Good morning and welcome to the English class. I'm Gulrez and today we are going to talk about the theme of a story. The theme in a story is its underlying message or big idea. In other words, what the author is trying to convey or the central idea of the story is called the theme. Short stories often have just one theme, whereas novels usually have multiple themes. The theme of a story is woven all the way through the story's characters, actions, interactions, and motivations. All reflect the story's theme. But do not confuse theme with the story's plot or moral. The plot is simply what happens in the story and the order of the story's events. But the moral is the lesson that the writer wants the main character to learn from the story. That is, the events of the story illustrate the theme, and the lesson that you learn relates directly to the theme. So, when you are trying to recognize the theme of a story, ask yourself what the author is trying to convey through the characters and events of the story. And this can be identified by 4 steps. Step 1. Understand the main character. The first step to identify the theme is to analyze the main character by listing the physical and non-physical attributes of the main character. Step 2. Identify the conflict. A theme is not stated outright. It is a message that is to be comprehended upon reflection. The conflict in a story always involves the main character. The conflict between the main character and another, society, or some forces of nature, or within the main character himself. Step 3. Know how the conflict is resolved. There can be more than one theme in a story. The resolution of a story can give the reader a big clue as to the theme of a story. Who wins the conflict is the writer's way of telling you which force is better. Step 4. Make a generalization. Look at the main character, his conflict, and how it was resolved to determine the theme of the story. Start by understanding what the main character learned in the story. Then generalize that lesson to apply to everyone. Hope you have understood the theme of this story. Basically, the theme of the story is the underlying message the author wants to give. And this is not an explicit message which the author gives, but it is an implicit message which you need to understand through the characters and the actions. And you need to conclude or infer the message. Happy reading and enjoy the theme.